Well, with the frigid temperatures we've been having lately, and it's just going to get worse, it can be easy to slip and fall on the ice. But if you fall on someone else's property, whose fault is it? Here to fill us in on all the details, we have Colorado's best attorney, Phil Harding. This is the time of year you're getting lots of calls, I know, about, slip and falls. And people want to know, really, if they fall on someone else's property, if that happens on someone else's property, how do they maximize their recovery?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm going to talk not only about someone else's property, but if you rent an apartment, how you can recover from the landlord.
Okay.
And first of all, let me talk to you. They used to be called slip and fall cases. Now they're under what's known as the Premises Liability Act. So everyone calls it the PLA. And there are different standards under the PLA depending upon what type of person is on the property of another. And let's go over these.
Okay.
First one, trespasser. We all know what that is, when someone's on the property of someone else without their permission. The next one is a licensee. So let's say you rent an apartment. When you're inside the apartment itself, you're considered a licensee. But if you're out in the common areas like the hallway or down in the middle courtyard or whatever, then you're considered an invitee. You're also considered an invitee when you're at the store of someone else. And so now let's talk about the standard of each. So first of all, we have the trespasser. And a trespasser, what's known there and the dangers, first of all, the landlord is only found liable for a trespasser of a danger that he created, that he, the landlord, created.
Okay. Okay.
Now, the next one, let's say the licensee, you're inside your own apartment and you're hurt. That way, the landlord can only be held liable for dangerous conditions that they actually knew about. Now, let's talk about a licensee. The highest one is the invitee. And so on an invitee, it's not only knew about, but should have known about. So if the landlord knew or should have known about the water on the floor or the ice or something like that.
The slippery steps.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can prove that by going into the sweep logs, going into all the maintenance records and saying, you know what, you only did that once every 2 days instead of once every 6 hours or something like that. So that's kind of the different levels of you've got the trespasser, the licensee, and the invitee. Yep.
Okay. All right, so when someone is injured, I guess whether they are any of those three, I mean, who is going to pay the medical bills for someone who's injured?
Yeah, that's a great question. Remember, the other side only writes one check, and only one check. And when I say the other side, I'm talking about the insurance company for the landlord, when you are done treating. Now, there may be something that's known as medical payments on the insurance policy, and that may be $1,000 or $5,000, but I want you not to use their medical payments until the very end.
Don't use their medical
Don't use their medical payment unless they give it to you without you having to disclose all your medical records. Because I want you to use your health insurance, Medicaid or Medicare, because if you've ever used your health insurance, you see how much it reduces it, and you want that reduction done.
Okay, so you definitely don't use theirs. You go through yours first, right? I mean, there must be a reason why. Do you maximize by going with yours first?
Exactly.
Okay.
Remember, your health insurance does these reductions all the time, and I want to look at this. It's called an EOB, and we have this graphic. We talk about it every once in a while. And so this is a real graphic and a real medical bill that one of my clients went to Swedish Medical Center, and the total amount that was billed by Swedish was $29,352, okay? But the health insurance came back, and this was Rocky Mountain Health Plans, that said, you know what, we get a discounted amount, so the amount that's covered by the plan, if you see that kind of in the middle, is $8,500. So now that's kind of this reduction that health insurance does. The other side wants to see these bills, and the reason why they want to see it is because they say, you know what, hey, your health insurance only paid $8,500, so I'm going to pay you $8,500 for the treatment. That's not true. You only show them the billed amount, not the paid amount. And so if you can come back to me, I want to show you something here. Here's the billing, all right? So this is the bill. You see that?
Yeah.
This is how we send it out. Where it says, it's upside down, all right. And we send it to them upside down just to confuse them. We redact it, and it's not like we're using liquid paper saying we're trying to hide something. We're just saying you are not entitled to see this. The other side is not entitled to see the reduction. Remember, here's the other one that shows the $29,000.
This is what they want to see,
right?
And this is what they get to see.
Only the $29,000. Let me tell you why you get this reduction. The reason why is you've been paying for years and years and years of health insurance premiums. The other side, when they settle, they're not going to reimburse you for what you paid to get that
all those
reduction.
Premiums you paid out,
right. So that's why only the $29,000 that you show, you get that $29,000 when you come to settle, and that's just on one billing. You do that on all your medical billings.
That makes sense. That seems fair.
Yeah, and you get That's just on the billing. You get pain and suffering if you got permanent disfigurement, all of that kind of stuff. You know, those are the things that you put together to send to the other side. Don't sign a medical release for that other side.
Okay.
Because they'll get that medical bill and then they'll come and negotiate with you.
Right.
On
They
that.
should pay the whole $20,000, not $8,000. I like it. That's good information.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Phil.
You're
All
welcome.
right. So if you have a question for our legal expert, Phil Harding, just go to kwgn.com, click on Colorado's Best. You're going to see his photo on the right. Just click on his photo and then you can send him questions directly. He's going to take the time to answer them each personally and confidentially. And to reach Harding & Associates directly, here's his number, 303-762-9500. You can get a free consultation with Phil anytime. You can also find more information on his website. It is hlaw.org. Coming up on Colorado's Best, don't skip your workout just because you're